Be honest. How many times have you tried to build a habit only to fall off within a week? It's not your fault. You're just missing one piece of the habit loop: rewards. And in this video, I'm going to show you how to pick the right rewards and how to link it to your habit so you'll look forward to doing it every single day and stop falling off. Now, I want you to think about a donkey. Now, there's two ways to get a donkey to move. We can either use a carrot and put it in front of his face so he'll be guided towards the carrot, or we can get a stick and beat the mess out of it to get it to move. Now, if I ask you how would you get a donkey to move, it's safe to assume most of us would not beat it with a stick. We would get a carrot because that's way easier. Both of us can enjoy it and we'll get the thing done. So boom, it's easy. We would, no brainer. We would give the donkey a carrot to get it to move. But when it comes to us, we have that same decision that we can make. We can give ourselves carrots to get us to move, or we can use sticks. And the sad part is, we would spare a donkey the pain of a stick, but we would use it on ourselves. And what sticks are we using? We're using a stick of discipline, of force, of just tooth and nail, get this stuff done. I don't care how you feel until we burn out. And then ultimately we stop moving altogether. Now, it's not your fault that you would choose to use a stick on yourself because we don't have any other choice. We live in a society that values constant pleasure, stimulation, and entertainment without realizing those are rewards we could be using to get us to move instead of just indulging in those rewards just for the sheer fact that we want pleasure. Because when we indulge in all that pleasure, which are rewards, then we no longer have the choice to offer ourselves a carrot. We ate all the carrots. There are no carrots. So now when we want to do the work that matters to us, we have to do this stick. We have to punish ourselves. We got to use brute discipline. We have to grind. We have to hustle. We have to fight tooth and nail to get when things get done. Because we have no other way to do it. We have no other way to motivate ourselves to move. And that's the biggest problem because now here comes burnout. And the burnout comes, there's no way you're going to move. And the worst part is, through all of this, we're still indulging in pleasure because we live in a society that teaches us when we come out the room, we're literally given a chicken nugget and an iPad. As soon as we come out the room, chicken nugget, iPad. So why do you think our society has not built us up in a way that we have the character to move and get what we want? The society has given us so much pleasure that we turn to zombies who are just seeking for only that out. Like literally. Oh, my cat is calling for me. Hold on, I need to see what he needs. Alright, I'm back. He just wants cuddles every now and then. He's such a weird cat. Like, he doesn't want too much affection. If you play him too much, he's like, eh. But give him like 3 minutes of a good like rubbing, and then he's like, okay, I don't need you for the rest of the day. I'll come get you later on when I want some more. It's such a weird cat. But anyway, we were talking about carrots, sticks, all that good jazz. I just want to understand that we can switch things around. Okay, we don't have to stay and follow what society values, which is just constant pleasure and entertainment and just using the rewards without working for it. No, we can start using carrots to get us to move, i.e. doing what matters most to us. And we can throw away the discipline and struggle and grind sticks that so many of us are forced to use because we take the option of using carrots completely out of the equation because we're always given them. Now, one method is a lot better than the other, and I'm guessing you already know which method is best, but ultimately it is your choice to make. And this is your choice I make all the time. Actually, using rewards is one of the biggest motivational drivers or just ways to motivate myself that I use. I remember I was making this 1 hour long video of breaking down this guidebook I had made on dopamine. And it was the last thing I wanted to do. I mean, I was procrastinating mad hard. And I could have just forced myself to just start recording and just get it done. But instead, I told myself that when I get this video done, I can get hotcakes from McDonald's. And the second I said that, I blazed through that video so freaking fast because I don't normally let myself eat pancakes from McDonald's. I mean, I value eating clean as much as possible. But I knew the video needed to get done, and I know I love hotcakes. I don't get it as often, so that was the perfect reward to dangle in my face to influence my behavior and motivate myself. And that's what I did. And so I got through the video, I enjoyed it, and then I went and got to eat some hotcakes. It felt even better because I had worked to get this. And there is something so great about working to get something rather than just getting it, you know? Now, if there's something you're interested in doing, if you want to start using carrots instead of just using sticks to make yourself move, then the first thing you want to do is write a list of your rewards. And there are 2 rewards we can focus on. The first one can be something you love, but you just don't make time to do it. So for me, I love listening to Lo-fi playlist. And I love playing zombie games. There's one zombie game on my phone. It's called Rebuild 3. And actually funny, I was struggling to start recording videos. I mean, it was the last thing I wanted to do today. And this isn't to say I hate making videos. I love making videos. But I had done so much today that my energy is just low. Like, I'm just pretty much done for the day. Like, I don't want to do much of anything. I've had an eventful morning. But this needs to get done. So I told myself, once I record videos, I can play Rebuild until my wife comes home, and then we're gonna chill, do whatever we do. Probably make some dinner for her around like 4:45, probably 5, because she gets home around like 5:30. But you see how just me knowing what I love to do, like me knowing rewards, I'm able to put them into my life to influence my behavior. So that's one group of rewards, something you love, but you just don't make time for it. Now, number 2 is something you already do that you really enjoy. So, for example, me, I love to eat. I love to lay under my blue covers. You can't see it, but it's like on the side of me. These are things I already do that I love to do. And so I can use those as rewards too. For example, some days I do not feel like editing videos. I don't. And so on those days, and even creating thumbnails, sometimes I don't feel like creating thumbnails. And on those days, I give myself a reward to saying, okay, well, while I'm editing videos or while I'm making thumbnails, I can lay underneath my blue covers longer in bed. Because one thing I do is when I'm out of bed, I don't get back in bed. So to be able to get back in bed and lay under my blue covers before nighttime, before I even took my nightly shower, that is a reward to me, and I will take it whenever I can. So those are just 2 examples of ways you can use rewards. One is something you love to do but don't make time for, and the other is something you already do that you love doing. All right, and I give you some of my examples. Now, the next thing you can do is pair the reward with the thing you've been meaning to do. So to put a reward to behavior, there's 2 ways you can do it. You can do it during the behavior or after the behavior. So for example, I obviously make thumbnails for my YouTube videos. Sometimes me laying in bed while making those thumbnails is me rewarding myself during the activity. Another example could be when I'm writing scripts, I like to play some music in the background. Okay, so now I'm rewarding myself writing scripts by listening to music as I'm doing it. So those are some examples of rewarding yourself while you're doing the behavior. Another one could be like you have a podcast or some video you love to watch or some show you love to watch. You could say, as I'm working out, that's the only time I can watch this show. Another example is when I was getting into reading physical books again. I want to start walking more often. So I told myself, as I'm walking, I can read a physical book. So these are just rewards. These are just some examples of how you can reward yourself while doing the behavior. Now, the other way you can reward yourself is after you've done the behavior, and it's something I do all the time. I literally just told you that after I record videos, I'm going to be able to play Rebuild 3 until my wife comes home. So that's just an example of doing something, doing the behavior to get reward after. Another example could be sometimes if there's something I don't want to do, I'll tell myself if I do it, I can have a protein cookie after. And since I don't really get protein cookies like that, but I really love them, that is a big motivator for me to go ahead and get that thing done. So I just wanted to give you a lot of examples so you can't say, I don't know what to do, I don't know what to do. I've given you so many examples. You can make these things really easy. Don't overcomplicate it. Rewards are very simple. I mean, something as simple as just saying you can get a cookie when you're done will be enough to motivate you. So just know yourself, right? Know what you like. Take some time building out that list of rewards, and then reward yourself strategically. Give yourself the carrot strategically. Now, let's say you've done all of this, right? You've got your list of rewards, and you've put them before, you put them during an activity or after activity, but it's still kind of hard for you to do the thing that needs to get done. In short, maybe those rewards aren't motivating you. If that's the case, chances are you're still rewarding yourself in other ways. For example, by being on your phone, watching social media, being on TV, eating snacks. You are rewarding yourself because, again, we live in a society that values giving ourselves the carrots, constantly rewarding ourselves. That's the society we're living in. So those are some of your habits. And if that's the trap you found yourself in, you've got to stop rewarding yourself so much. Like, you have to pull out of this constant stream of pleasure. And it's going to be hard because you've been sucked into this society. We've been sucked into constant pleasure. Like, just chasing it since the day we were born. Like, these values are put into us since the day we were born. So it will take some time to recognize what we're doing and break out of it. But if you are trying to use rewards and it's not working, chances are it's because you're already rewarding yourself in other ways. So you want to stop doing that. Or at least you want to stop rewarding yourself until you've done what matters most. So for example, what matters most to me is making sure these videos get recorded and that the thumbnails are made for my videos. I already made thumbnails. The videos are the last thing I'm going to be doing. Now for this, if I want to reward myself for the rest of the day, I can, because the work is already done. But you want to know what I didn't do beforehand? I did not reward myself before getting this work done. And so that can be something you can do as well. Refrain from rewarding yourself until the work is done. And that's what you do from now on. You'll actually get that work done a lot faster, and you'll have more of a drive, because we as humans, we love to do the work for something we know we can get. Like, that is something most of us don't, like, that's a button on us that most of us don't even push because we don't know it's there, because nobody taught us this stuff. But we actually thrive. It feels so much better. And I know you experience this when you've accomplished something after having to work for it and you got this reward, rather than just getting the cake without having to work for it. You know, it just feels better. It feels better to go run around outside and just get out sweaty and come back in and drink some water, rather than just drinking water and then that's it. So I would definitely recommend that. Stop rewarding yourself before you've completed your most important task. And then once that's done, you're good. And then the next day, repeat that. And then you'll find it a lot easier for you to be motivated by those rewards, because now you're not getting a constant stream of pleasure. You're not getting carrots in your face every single day. And using rewards is a strategy I learned from James Clear in his book Atomic Habits. And it works. Like, trust me, it works. He wrote an entire book on the habit loop. And rewards is a big category that he gave a lot of attention to. And I'm telling you, if you start using rewards strategically and just start seeing life through the lens of carrots versus sticks, you will see a big difference. And I will say that using rewards to drive your behavior is insanely helpful if you want to live more intentionally. Now, our society values us constantly pleasuring ourselves, looking for entertainment, because they want our behaviors to be lazy. They don't want us to move. They don't want us to be intentional about how we live our lives. They just want us to be a slave to pleasure. But if you want to break out of that, and you want to design your life how you want it to be and live how you want to be, and just not be in this default mode of living anymore, where it's just work, entertaining yourself / pleasuring yourself, sleep, and then repeat, then you want to go check out the first link in my description. I have a course called Live by Design that will give more information on how you can be more intentional and start living the life you actually want to be living. Now, let me know in the comments how you're going to start rewarding yourself. Because hey, maybe you can give me some more ideas of rewards that can be used, and you can definitely help somebody who's browsing out the comments. Now, once you start rewarding yourself, you will notice a big difference in your drive to get the work done, because this stuff heavily influences our human behavior, whether we want to be aware of it or not. Now, if you don't use rewards in your favor, you will continue to use sticks, because if you don't have carrots to use, then you only have sticks. And so you're going to continue disciplining yourself, grinding hard, hustling, whatever, and burning out in the process. So it's your choice and what you choose to do. I hope that you start using rewards, because that would definitely help you out in the long run. And if you like this video, feel free to subscribe, like it, whatever you want to do. And I will see you for the next video.